What if I told you that the most terrifying killer in movie history became humanity's greatest hero? In 1991, Terminator 2, Judgment Day changed action movies forever. Arnold Schwarzenegger returned as the T-800, but this time, he wasn't the hunter, he was the protector. When a shape-shifting machine made of liquid metal is sent back in time to kill young John Connor, only one machine stands in its way. What follows is one of the greatest action battles ever put on screen. But the reason people still talk about this movie more than 30 years later isn't the explosions or the special effects. It's the heartbreaking sacrifice that made cinema history. Okay, so here's the crazy part. Terminator 2 isn't just an action movie. The T-1000, that liquid metal nightmare, can mimic anyone. It's relentless, unstoppable, and you never know who's real and who's a machine. And while the action keeps your heart pounding, it's the moments between, the humanity, the bond between John and the Terminator, that make you actually care. By the time it ends, trust me, you're not just watching a movie, you're feeling it. Here's a crazy behind-the-scenes fact about Terminator 2. Director James Cameron wanted the film to feel like a cold, metallic nightmare, so he used a blue metallic color filter on almost every shot until the very end. That's right. The whole movie has this icy, robotic tone, making the Terminators feel more machine than man. It's subtle, but it's what gives the film that unforgettable, futuristic edge you still notice even today. And can we talk about those desert scenes for a second? Maybe it's just me, but there's something about those wide-open desert shots in 90s movies that feels absolutely timeless. The second I see the sun, the dust, and those endless roads, I can almost hear a screaming electric guitar kicking in. It's such a specific vibe, and somehow, Terminator 2 captures that classic 90s feeling perfectly. One of the coolest introductions in movie history has to be the T-800 arriving in Terminator 2. He literally appears out of nowhere, walks into a biker bar completely naked, and within minutes takes on an entire group of bikers without breaking a sweat. No panic, no emotion, no wasted movement. And the moment he walks out wearing the leather jacket, the boots, and the sunglasses, you instantly know you're looking at a cinematic icon. One of the coolest introductions in movie history has to be the T-800 arriving in Terminator 2. He literally appears out of nowhere, walks into a biker bar completely naked, and within minutes takes on an entire group of bikers without breaking a sweat. No panic, no emotion, no wasted movement. And the moment he walks out wearing the leather jacket, the boots, and the sunglasses, you instantly know you're looking at a cinematic icon. But the real star of Terminator 2 might actually be Robert Patrick as the T-1000. What makes his performance so incredible isn't what he says, it's what he doesn't say. He barely shows emotion, barely reacts, and yet every second he's on screen feels terrifying. The way he walks, runs, and stares at his targets makes him feel less like a person and more like an unstoppable force of nature. And honestly, for me, the T-1000 is the greatest movie villain of all time. More than 30 years later, he's still absolutely chilling to watch. So that's a quick dive into why Terminator 2 still stands as a masterpiece decades later. From the unstoppable T-800 to the chilling T-1000, the groundbreaking effects, and James Cameron's unforgettable vision, this movie changed everything. If you loved reliving these moments, hit that like button, subscribe, and let me know in the comments. What's your favorite scene or character? And remember, hasta la vista, baby!